Alright guys, I don't know if anybody else is having this issue with their Fiat 500, Fiat, whatever the heck you want to call it. This is my wife's car. We bought it new in 2012 or 13. She drives it to work every day. Anyway, the seatbelt retractor got to where it didn't want to retract anymore. I got to looking up in here with a flashlight at the little plastic slider, and it had a lot of buildup on it, black looking greasy buildup. I think probably what it is, more than likely what it is, was my wife uses Downy in the laundry, and she also uses bounce dryer sheets with Downy. You know, and that stuff, it's pretty oily stuff, so what I think it is, it's just constant use going over the clothes. It's getting residue buildup on it. It was just building up on that plastic slider thing. So what I actually did is I pulled the seatbelt all the way out, fully extended, and I soaked that down with Windex, because pretty much that was all I had here anyway. I soaked the seatbelt itself down with Windex and sprayed it all up on that slider, and I just worked it back and forth really fast, like 50 times. And then I lifted up the belt this way, and I used some Q-tips with Windex on them, and I cleaned off some of that residue. It could be done a lot better if that panel was pulled off. You could really clean it up, but it actually fixed it. It's not, you know, like rip it out of your hands retracting like it should. But before, it wouldn't even retract all the way. It lacked, you know, 8 or 10 inches from going all the way up. And it got to where it was marking up the door jamb, you know, hitting it, laying out and everything. So anyway, if you're having an issue with your seatbelt retractor, you might try to clean that a little bit with something, and it should fix it. You know, right after I cleaned it, it didn't act like it fixed it. It is actually because that thing was still wet, and I had that stuff pretty wet. After it dried out, it started working pretty good. So anyway, also the air conditioner quit working in this thing actually at the end of last summer, and I thought I'd maybe messed up the hose right by the oil filter, because I changed the oil myself here. So when I got to looking at the car yesterday, changing the oil again, the tag on it says R134A up under the hood. You know, there's a decal. I just assumed this car would probably be R12, and I had a can of that R134A in there with a gauge on it and stuff. So I went ahead and filled it just to see what would happen. And basically you could hear it leaking out here. I didn't get very much in there at all when it was doing it. So what has happened is, I think a rock or something, you know, from the interstate has actually, she drives the interstate to work every day, so I think something's punctured the condenser. So looking at O'Reilly's website, condenser with the dryer is $175, so I'm actually just going to do it myself maybe next Sunday. We'll go get a new condenser, and I'm actually, because I got to pull the nose, the header panel off the car anyway to change it. I'm going to go ahead and buy some screen mesh and paint it flat black, and I'm going to fit it behind this so this won't happen again. But anyway, just you know, I usually work on old cars, and I can't stand working on new stuff, but got to have AC in this little black car. We drove it Saturday, and it was 84 degrees or something, and man, it was hot. I was sweating, and it was driving me crazy. So anyway, in case it might help somebody.